God, what have I done? I've already fucked everything up.
I lost your cat.
Uh-oh.
Nah, it's fine.
No, he's fine, but I miss him.
That's a fair thing to say. He's an adorable little monster. Is he yours, or I thought he was
It's
Lorenzo's? Yeah.
But it's our cat. It's the house cat.
The house cat, kind of like Tracer's everybody's dog, but really it's your dog.
Yeah. And I didn't even give her that title. You guys did.
Wait,
Tracer or everybody's dog?
Everybody's dog.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, she kind of gave it to herself. Everybody.
I guess.
She's super approachable. She is that little girl that would be kidnapped in real if she were a human. Because she's just so lovable.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, you leave her in the backyard soon, or in the house. Either one.
Please don't wish that upon me.
I'm not wishing it upon you. She's not a human. We'll be okay. Right? You're not telling me.
She has a soul of a human.
Yeah, she definitely does.
She's that kind of dog. It's weird.
Oh, well, she's a good dog. I suppose we should actually, do our job. Well, my job, rather, and get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bonus Commentary, my weird little slice of the internet where I get a bunch of people together in a room and we watch a movie. We talk about it later. That's patent pending. I am your host, Derek. I am joined this week by Danny.
Hello.
And published author, Nile Straznickas. Don't roll your eyes.
Oh, hi.
Now, tell us a bit about yourself, because you're the only one here who's new as far as the podcast is concerned.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Nile, and I do things.
That's
always
a good place to start.
Always good to do things.
This week we have, well, I say week, it's this month. I found a weird piece of cinema that I just felt was absolutely right for the podcast. This month we watched Nekrotronic. Guys.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do. I watch Nekrotronic.
Give me first impressions. What was going on through your head throughout the movie?
It's a very silly film.
Yeah. Yes.
It has some interesting naming conventions that I wish were more popularized. It's always nice to see C's replaced with K's, to see Torkels replaced with regular names.
Yeah, that's weird. Good fun. That's all I got.
That's all you got for me?
Yeah, good fun.
So podcast over? Is that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a 3-minute podcast.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was an interesting piece.
I agree. I got this across my desk a couple of weeks ago. The name threw me off, and the main menu for the movie itself was just, it had me scratching my head wondering what I was going to be watching for the next couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I thought, initially, silly name, weird imagery, probably going to be a pretty bad time.
Yeah, shows up on Amazon Video, because 90% of the things that are on Amazon are not very good.
Yeah. It's better than Hulu. At least Hulu. At least Amazon doesn't give me ads.
That's fair. I don't think Hulu even tries. So
yeah, Hulu does not.
They're probably
try.
Worse.
Yeah, they. That's a whole nother rant entirely. So, much to my surprise, this movie blew me away. I was super happy with it, just because it was one of those movies that I had initial idea for, and that initial idea was entirely false. And I think I just was way too happy with it and knew this was a perfect fit for the podcast. So let's just throw out the honorable mentions here. This is available on iTunes, Amazon, YouTube for about $5 for a rental. So that's a full 48 hours. So stop listening now if you haven't.
Yeah.
And rent this one. I would say it's worth at least the $5.
Watch this movie.
Yeah, at least once.
I'd probably watch it.
Yeah. Again.
At some.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
When you guys leave, I'm going back.
Awesome.
And do it.
Well, let's get into it. Let's discuss. We have the opening animatic intro where we are kind of thrust into the world of Nekrotronic, where demons and necromancers have been fighting each other for centuries, just beating the shit out of each other with big, as the movie describes, big fuck off weapons.
Yeah.
I remember the intro being the thing that really let me know that I was in for actually a good time.
The animations for the intro, like just the small cinematic. Not cartoon, but
oh no, it's definitely a cartoon. It's definitely done in Flash somewhere. It
was nice. I was very interested. It pulled me in.
Sorry, I was particularly impressed with how, I mean, they're showing animal sacrifices from 10,000 some odd years ago from the agricultural revolution, and it's all presented in like very, I don't want to say minimalistic, but it's
it's
very,
definitely
like,
minimalistic.
yeah,
I would agree to that.
but like it has that like weird like I don't know, texture, I guess you could call it, like almost like it's I don't want to say scan lines, but almost like a retro-futuristic, where they're trying to make it look like something that someone 10, 20 years ago would consider would be in the future. And at the same time,
near-fi.
yeah. At the same time, I really liked how like all the faces they were practically emojis, and I think that tied in very nicely to the themes of the film.
You could definitely tell what those little cartoon characters were feeling at that particular moment.
It was great.
Laughy eyes, kissy face, decapitation. I mean, they were all there. Demons, what does this mean for us? Well, we won't figure that out until a little later. We are actually, we jump right into modern day, where we are introduced to Howard and Rangi, who are literally taking society shit. Like their entire intro, they are. Well, yeah, he's basically covered in human waste.
It's great. From
the opening of the movie, I'm sure that the actor Ben O'Toole was super happy to be covered in shit for
our unlikely hero.
Yeah,
rises.
Yeah, you're talking about Rangi, right? Our hero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah. Did you guys notice how like the logo for their company or his foster parents, which he's
like,
it's his foster kid, yeah,
30-year-old foster kid. You notice how like his foster parents, the logo is just like the smiling guy holding up like a peace sign, number 2.
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
I did notice
it's like big number 2 on the side of his shit truck.
And the bumper read something along the lines of like, "We will take your crap" or something.
Yeah, it was all over the truck.
Do they have those stickers? Can I get one of those? We will take your crap.
Yeah,
I want one
for the podcast.
Yeah.
I thought that they were a really likable pairing. Like they definitely gave off a real like Ed and Shaun from Shaun of the Dead, like
an odd couple,
bromance, odd couple.
At first, I wasn't feeling it.
No?
Like they're like dynamic. I mean, we're like what? We're like 5-10 minutes into the movie, so obviously it's gonna bud into a relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
But like at first I was like, I don't know, like
that's so weird.
Rangi seems weird, and Ben O'Toole or Sean, is it Sean?
Yeah, no, it's Howard. Howard is it? Yeah,
it's just they just seemed off. That's why I got a little nervous after my cool intro.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I don't know. But now that I think back of watching Shaun of the Dead, I don't think I liked Sean or Danny the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Ed. Yeah.
Ed.
Yeah.
That's right. Not Danny. He's Danny Danny and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
That's right. I keep forgetting. But yeah, it was a weird duo, but I grew to like them. So
I was having a similar misgivings with their pairing at the beginning, but it was more of like, it almost seems like they're the characters are just archetypes of the Shaun of the Dead pairing, and I thought that this was going to be just like a rehashing of that dynamic, and like as they grew out of that, that's when like
they really started growing.
Yeah,
that's weird. Well, I mean, weird for me. I kind of loved their dynamic from the get go. Like after they drive away in the shit truck and they start like rolling up a spliff and singing into the PA, like they don't have any cares in the world at that point. I thought that was a really nice touch, and that's where I really started to like those characters.
Who do you think they were singing to on that CB radio? Like, I mean, was it an open like channel? I don't know enough about CB radios. Like, what's the range on that?
There's some unlucky trucker out there.
There's some lucky trucker.
No, that's
getting a free concert.
I'm thinking that they must have been either like singing to the dad who was taking the day off, so like they were tormenting him, because I would imagine he would have to leave his PA on to like listen to like any emergencies they have to deal with. So couple of jackasses just singing into your head all day would probably be, perfect revenge.
That'd be great.
I should have looked that up, because they were on like you said a 3-hour road trip?
Yeah, 3-hour road trip.
I wonder, like, what's the range? I got to know the range on those things. Like, how far are they broadcasting?
Whoever's nearby, I guess. It's like one of those things.
Could be. Could very well be.
Yeah.
Makes me want to get one.
We are 10 minutes in and we've done nothing but talk about the potential broadcast strength of a CB radio.
Screw podcasting.
No,
Let's
all I
get
hear,
CB radio.
all I hear is we're getting radios.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Giant radios just singing to each other. I want to torment my friends today. How best do I do? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. We are then introduced to Finnegan, as played by, I'm going to totally butcher her name, Monica Bellucci?
Bellucci. Persephone, dude.
From
Matrix.
That's what I saw too.
Right?
Immediately.
It's crazy. I was hyped.
Yeah, she has aged like a fine wine. I will say that much.
Yep. And that accent.
Yep. never hurts. Where she, upon entry, is scaring the shit out of another human being. As a human being is strapped to a chair with a mouth guard in or something,
Like Saw movie style.
We get like 3 flash cuts of a goat, her putting on like a rain jacket, and the guy just...
Let me just say, because this is what made me so excited, because I've studied witchcraft because it was one of my New Year's resolutions. I don't know if I told you about this, but
I was there.
One of it was studying like a subject every month or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I got super hardcore into witchcraft and like Satanism and stuff like that. And the fact that they just blew that goat up, I was like, I think the main reason why there are not a lot of witches is because how long it takes to sacrifice a goat. But they just blew that bitch up, and it was the best.
A little bit of C4 and a walkie-talkie.
It was C4. Oh my god!
What if it was Howard and Rangi? What if they blew up the goat by singing to that CB radio she detonates?
That's the trigger right there. A Shaggy song. The pentagram. You have to draw it, but that one's just etched in there forever.
Yep.
It makes
as made by lights, like they had to use like rope lights.
It makes summoning demons so much easier, and I just love it.
I mean, she's part of a corporation. She's probably thrives on like efficiency.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hats off, man.
Yeah.
To her.
Yeah, she's running a corporate empire. She's even got that board meeting a little later on where everybody's wearing a Santa hat but one guy.
Yeah. It's always good to celebrate the holidays. She knows.
I don't mean to like get ahead of ourselves,
No.
but those Santa hats, did they all get possessed? Were they at the end with the, like I saw somebody with a Santa hat.
There's one guy with a Santa hat on, and I have to assume it's the guy at the head of the corporate meeting. Yeah.
So she followed through with her, well, I guess she didn't follow through with her promise. She said she'd kill everybody in the room if anything went wrong, and
everything was going right. She got her wish.
Yeah.
But he didn't wear the Santa hat, so he has to pay the price.
That's what went wrong.
Yeah, he's not celebrating Christmas.
Oh, that was everything falls into place. It all makes sense now.
Go.
The whole movie.
10 out of 10.
So yeah, she's torturing people,
blowing up goats,
which is dope.
say that one again, Danny, just so Peter can hear you.
Blowing up goats, which is dope. Okay, it makes witchcraft easier.
They're gonna put you on the cover box.
Have you seen this, man?
Speaking of cover box, I actually discovered that this movie came out this month on the 17th. So if you guys want a DVD copy of this movie, head on over to Amazon, grab yourself a copy.
What? It just came out?
Just came out.
It's brand new.
So we're celebrating this like right as it's coming out.
Nice.
It actually had a U.S. theatrical run. 2 months ago.
What?
Yeah.
This has been under my radar.
One of the select theaters situations.
It's crazy.
We were introduced to the Pokemon Go knockoff game.
Okay. It's called Ghost Go.
Excuse me. Ghost Go.
Or Go Ghost.
Go
Which
Ghost.
one's better, Ghost Go or Go Ghost?
I like Go Ghost.
Yeah, Go Ghost. Go Ghost is good. It rolls off the tongue.
It
has that go-go vibe to it. It makes me, like, brings a little, I don't know, faster pussycat feel to it. Like a little flair.
I have to agree. I think I like Go Ghost. That's what we're calling it now.
All right, Go Ghost.
Well, let's just go full Monty. I mean, Go Ghost.
Go Ghost.
How do you guys feel about Go Ghost?
Interesting concept.
Yeah. And if we put it on a car, it could be the Go Ghost.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Or we can put it on a go like a go-kart, a go-go kart, a go-go ghost kart, a go-go ghost go kart.
yes.
To go golfing. Go ghost. Go ghost go kart.
I think Go Ghost is good.
For golfing. Okay. Go Ghost. Got it.
Go Ghost.
Rangi's
playing Go Ghost.
He's playing Go Ghost.
Yeah, he seems to have like no idea how like modern technology works. Like he's like, oh my gosh, it's like I point my my phone at the street and there's a picture on it. What is this?
Look at the graphics, bro. By the way, speaking with the heaviest New Zealand accent, because the whole movie is based entirely out of Australia. I don't know that New Zealand folk sound like New Zealand folk, or
Is it New Zealand or Australian?
I don't know. He definitely he's got a New Zealand accent for sure.
Yeah, that's true. He kind of has
we're
a
talking
different
on
accent.
accents. What accent does the mother have? That was confusing me the entire
Well,
time.
she's like Southern American,
The actress?
South American. Yeah. So like, I don't know if she could, even if she tried to
Right.
get like an
yeah,
Australian accent,
She,
but
well,
No,
I don't think she
even
could.
yeah.
I think she was trying for a different type of accent. And she mentions a couple words in French at one point near the beginning.
Yeah.
But she wasn't speaking in a French accent.
No, she wasn't.
no.
I think the actress herself is
she's
Italian?
She's Italian.
Yeah. And
Is that an Italian accent?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I know nothing about accents. I wish I knew more.
We're not so different, you and I. I'm talking to the Italians and
Oh.
your Italian listeners,
Yeah,
because I myself am Hispanic. So they just sounded the same to me, like it just registered.
that's 25% my people, man. Cool.
There you go.
And we get introduced to the necropods along with Go Go Ghost. I have to stop myself from
Get used
continuing
to
say Go Go Ghost.
Go, 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 go.
You should stop yourself from not saying go, 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 ghost, go, kart for golfing. It's its proper name, Derek.
You know, you got me there.
Make the app. That's all we're saying. Go, go, ghost.
I would play it. It
Yeah.
would probably do better than the Harry Potter one.
Oh, bummer.
No, it's not. Yes, it is. We also get introduced to the Nekromancers. We have Luther, who's Papa, who is... Go ahead.
It's Faramir from Lord of the Rings.
It's
It's Boromir's brother.
I always see him as the narrator from 300.
That's right. He is also the narrator in 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all about them Gondor boys.
It's true.
Gondor boy. Exactly.
Damn boys. That's the boys we're talking about.
At first, I was like,
The boys of Gondor.
I was just staring at him, and I was like, "Who is that?" Like, he looks so familiar because Alicia and I,
He's
we
Luther.
just watched all 3 movies because she's never seen them.
What?
We just watched all 3. They're on DVD right there. It was such a treat, and yeah, the way he talked, I was just, who is he? I know who he is, and then just him being burned alive just kind of snapped in my head in the 3rd movie. But anyways, yeah, it's Faramir.
You remember him best covered in CG fire.
And gasoline.
I'm sure he appreciates that. You're the guy who got burned in Lord of the Rings, right?
Faramir. Yeah, please send me an autograph.
I prefer my role in Van Helsing.
So yeah, we have him, and then who
Torkel.
else?
Go ahead.
Then we have Torkel. We can't forget Torkel.
We're never going to
I
forget
mean,
Torkel.
there is another daughter.
Yeah, but her
there's
name isn't Torkel. I mean, what
Yeah,
was her name? Do you guys remember?
Molly.
Molly.
How can you remember that with Torkel standing right next to her?
She's the main,
She's main squeeze.
the damsel. Yeah, she's main squeeze, dude.
Character-wise, sure, she's better, but I mean,
With a name like Torkel, who else matters?
yeah, I mean,
Well,
why could?
To be fair, Rangi and Torkel, these are some very out of nowhere names.
Yeah.
One of the few things I would have done to make this movie better was to replace the word Molly with the word trebuchet. Torkel and trebuchet.
Oh my god.
Fighting against the demons of go, 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 ghost,
Yeah,
go
there you
kart.
go.
The demons of hell using their
I can't,
phone apps.
I thought maybe there'd be an origin for Torkel. There's not. It's a video game. It's called Torkel. But there's no, definition for
Torkel.
Torkel.
My gut says it's a color. Maybe I'm thinking of turquoise, and I can't disassociate the two.
It's turquoise and purple together. Of course, Torkel.
Torkel.
I think it's just a bastardization of, torque.
Yeah.
Just turning force.
Yeah.
So why
'cause
not Torquette?
Why
'cause
not
she's a girl.
Torquette? That's a very good question.
That's the daughter. That's going to be in the sequel.
Out of respect to the director, we're not trying to change your movie. Your movie's great, but Torquette would probably have been better.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
And name
sense.
it Go 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 Go.
Yeah,
Torque is a
Go
boy's
Ghost.
name. Torquette would be a girl's name. It makes sense to name the female character Torquette.
And of course, if you get a really popular dance group for Christmas time only, you can call them the Torquettes.
Heck yeah. But yeah, we're introduced to them. Faramir, Torquette,
Faramir,
and
Torquette,
Molly.
Are we gonna just
Molly
gloss
Ringwald.
over what's his name, Rangi, talking in slow motion? because that was the best goddamn part of the film.
They get introduced before that happens.
That you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, spoiler alert. I'm so sorry. I ruined everything.
We've already jumped a little bit far ahead. I had that written down as like Howard being way too jumpy. Like every time Rangi seems to sneeze, Howard just kind of like slams his brakes or throws the car into like oncoming traffic to slow it down.
Like an actual good friend.
Yeah, you know,
just scream at your.
In his defense, he was blazed.
He could have been very paranoid.
Freaking out, man.
That's no defense.
Gets freaked out and stops the car middle of the street. Rangi discovers that Howard has like this weird aura when he puts the phone game up to his friend. He goes, "Hey, are you a ghost?"
Yeah,
that's my best New Zealand accent. I apologize to the entire area.
World.
The world.
You should apologize to everyone.
You know, I do all the time, always. I am sorry. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry.
You know what you did.
I don't, but I'm going to say that I do. We have a cut here. I'm going to cut here. We have the Nekromancers find a signal that is off the charts because of Rangi tapping on his friend in the cell phone game causes the outburst on the internet.
Yeah. And
we get our first introduction of demons being sent through the internet to kill people in the real world.
E-demons.
E-demons. A daemon. Actually, that's...
Daemons.
This movie comes from a short film called Daemon Runner that you can find on YouTube. It's like 15 minutes long, where I think it's the same actress who plays Molly and another female character are hunting down a demon in the exact same manner, but with like a lower budget. And it's visually just as impressive. I would argue.
Daemon Ex Machina. Cell phone demons.
Matt Damon.
I demons. The E-demons, like E-girls, but not cool. Just
I have
E-demons.
questions about this technology.
Okay, let's dive into this.
I think we should hold off on diving into it because I know that I'm going to be
No.
inadvertently referencing technologies that we have yet to discuss.
Let's just jump into it.
All right, let's jump into this. Okay, I'm going to lay down how I viewed things, and then afterwards we can discuss questions and the theological ramifications. So, they got an app.
Yeah.
The app, through the phone's camera, can see ghosts.
Right.
The ghosts are sucked in through the camera and uploaded onto the internet to the Daemon Con's mainframe.
Yeah.
Through the Nekropod. Now, I'm not going to make a joke about how Daemon Con sounds like a convention. Now,
and we're there, folks.
So, but at the same time, it can download demons, which are summoned by the exploding ghost ritual or goat ritual. I'm sorry, I have ghosts on the mind for some reason. They're summoned by the exploding goat ritual.
Very efficient, by the way. Just saying.
Put into that dude who's strapped down's body, and she had a line of like 4 or 5 other dudes. But I'm wondering if once the ghosts are uploaded, are they extricated from that strapped down dude? Like, are they reusable?
I don't think so. The reason I don't think so is because it's referenced a little bit later that when a demon is put into the body of a human being, that human dies.
It's like P2P, peer-to-peer.
Right.
You know?
All right, so they get downloaded to the phone, then are outloaded, I can only assume, by the front-facing camera, because that seems to be the portal of choice, unless it's all done like ad hoc or something.
It might be done entirely through the receiver, because you'll notice that, because the guy looks at his phone when he's playing the game, and the soul of the demon jumps out of the front face of the phone, like you were saying, into the body of our first demon character who gets the shit kicked out of him by Rangi. Yeah. With a fucking tire iron. I'm sorry, I'm going off subject.
No, you're not at all. I just thought of something. He was, the main character was able to, not Rangi, the secondary character, I'm sorry.
Howard,
yes. He was able to exorcise a demon from somebody through a landline, which doesn't have a camera. So I think the camera may not have anything to do with that.
That was one of the major points, was they kept bringing up that he pushed the soul of a demon out and through a landline So maybe that has something to do with it.
Oh, well, no, he could just exercise things into items. He's that strong. Like Conjuring and stuff. Yeah. Like the demon inside the box or the demon inside a landline.
Are you talking about the disco lament configurations?
The disco lament configurations?
Yes.
I need an explanation.
Me too.
So now, another explanation could be that maybe they were impressed by his ability to do the exercising without having any other tools.
Like his mother.
Like his mother can. Mm-hmm. The take I got from that.
Okay. I didn't put that together until we were literally just talking about it. So
I think it's just do the face of the phone and just boop.
Yeah,
you're possessed.
She's got super demon power. She can throw. That's it. She's able to push the soul through whatever she wants to escape however she wants. That's her big shtick.
Is that the reason why she's in charge? Is that the reason why she's so powerful? Because she had those powers originally back when she was in full command of her soul, and now that she has a demon soul corrupting her, which I want to get back to that in a second.
And we'll get to that.
Now that she has that demon soul inside of her, her latent talents are being controlled by the demon soul, which gives her this extra ability that normally a demon wouldn't have. Like, you don't see other demons running an entire multi-billion-dollar corporation making apps so that they can push souls through electronics.
You got a point there.
This is a big conspiracy.
Yeah, we got some fun here.
But yeah, she pushes the demon into the person.
Yeah, that's exactly what she does. That's her big gimmick. And that's actually like the big gimmick of the movie is like it's almost, if it wasn't so silly, it would be an episode of Black Mirror. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Especially with all the analogies that they kept making about drugs. Like how he was addicted, Rengi was addicted to the cell phone. Then they showed him being addicted to like doing that weird like Venom symbiote thing where he just smacks the wall for no reason. But then throughout the movie, they're smoking pot, like he's on like antipsychotic drugs. Like there's a very solid drug theme going throughout the entire movie and having that tied into like people's addiction to the cell phone. So I forgot where I was going with this point. I want to apologize.
That's all.
There's also technology addiction as well.
Technology
is bad.
Very clear.
So yeah, for everyone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, technology addiction, but where are the demon hunters? The Nekromancers. Where are they getting all their tech from? Who invents that stuff? Who makes that stuff? Who manufactures that stuff?
The nerd necromancers.
Oh, that's right. The
nerdomancer.
the hidden hero of the movie. The one they couldn't get their hands on. Maybe it was Uncle Dave.
Yeah, Uncle Dave. Okay.
Let's move on.
He was my second favorite character.
Let's go into where we stopped.
Well, we just finished the epic fight between Howard and Rangi, which I think we covered fairly thoroughly. Howard finds out through
Faramir.
Thank you, Faramir.
His name's Leroy. It starts with an L.
Luther.
Luther. There we go.
Thank you.
I'm wondering if that's also. We'll get back to we'll do the theology later.
Basically, finds out that he isn't just somebody. He's actually a world-class necromancer from a long line of ass-kicking necromancers.
Yeah.
His father, who was our nerdomancer, who invented the weird little tracker pill that you shove into your neck, along with his daughters Molly and Torkel. Bit of an info dump there. They do a pretty good job of like answer. That's another thing I think this movie does pretty well is they actually answer maybe not all of their questions, but definitely like a lot of their bigger plot holes.
Yeah.
Like where things come from.
How did demons get on the internet?
Yeah. They do explain that. We kind of glossed over it.
Yeah.
It's explained that somebody somewhere has figured out how to shove demons into the internet.
Yeah.
Probably starting with AOL.
Pretty much, yeah. The biggest demon.
My math says otherwise.
Oh, here we go.
So actually, my math doesn't say otherwise. I didn't actually research where AOL. When did that come into play?
AOL was, I want to say 97.
All right. So the math I got, Ben O'Toole is 28. If his character is the same exact age as he, which, I mean, I don't see why they would do otherwise, that would make him 28 as well, meaning that he was born in 1991. Now, when he had that flashback as a kid where they were talking about his mother spent so much time uploading herself to the internet, he looked about 5 or 6 years old, which would put that at 1996 or 1997. That means she spent an extended amount of time uploading herself to the internet to fight internet demons during a 56K period.
Well, there's your answer right there. It's because it was 56K. That's why she spent so much time on the internet. It took her so long to actually like.
That's also probably what weakened her soul to the point where she was
like the real world, like because the internet weakens our souls.
Yeah,
because we spend so
Especially
much damn time on
like,
it.
sign on and like use your phone bill.
Stop listening to this podcast. Go read a book.
You found this on the internet, didn't you?
Go plant a tree. No, but seriously, go plant a tree.
So like so it's like 90s that
mid 90s that she's like starting to upload herself, which means the original demons would have started uploading themselves probably early 90s, I would say, which means by that time there were a whole lot of like public use ISPs. I'm thinking the original demons who are uploading themselves had like military backers.
Ooh.
Well,
It's our fault.
I mean, she does run a corporation.
Yeah.
So it does stand to reason that corporation probably got funded via military.
It showed us like a scientist anyway. Like, someone figured out how to upload demons to the internet, and there was like a human scientist right there. So
I think I think that may have been her. I think that may have been Finnegan as like a little cartoon.
Oh, maybe she was one of the Nekromancers, just like her husband.
Could be.
She took advantage of the nerds.
We've cracked the movie. We figured it out.
I wonder if she partially invented the internet.
Ooh.
For use of demonic dissemination.
She didn't start off as a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
True, that's true.
But I'd love to see the conversation between Finnegan and Bill Gates.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We do have a bit of bad news though, because as Rangi, who was texting away on his phone, activates whatever
the Go-Go Ghost.
Yeah, activates Go-Go Ghost. Activates Go-Go Ghost's GPS. Finnegan sends out a squad of hit demons. I was going to call them men. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, Rangi kind of gets a bullet to the face.
He gets 2 bullets to the face.
Does he get 2 bullets?
He gets 2.
I thought it was just the one. I just remember it looks like the one that catches him on the side of the head.
It looks like 1, but when you see him later in the movie, cut this. Cut that part.
No, it's Stang.
Damn.
It's
when
Stang,
you see him,
spoilerific bastard.
He has 2 bullets in his head on the side of his face.
Well, I mean, I own it, so now I can go back and watch it.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
I almost walked out. Honestly, I couldn't.
I was mad. Yeah.
You guys both had like auditory. No.
Well, he's the best character.
You can't just establish a character like that, make me get comfortable with them, and then just do that.
Yeah.
You're not Game of Thrones. It's ridiculous.
Maybe it is.
I think I have a bit of a tangential idea, but I think I have a possible theory on why he's the best character.
Okay.
He has the widest range of emotions of just about anyone in the entire movie. Everyone else, the entire movie, they're just angry. Angry this, angry that. I'm mad. I'm mad because I'm covered in shit. I'm mad because they're monsters. I'm mad because, my family's dead. Like, everybody's angry.
I'm mad because my name is Torkel. Yeah, I get it.
That's no reason to be mad.
Yeah. If anything, she should be she should be Rangi.
Yeah.
Whereas Rangi, he's like, I mean,
he's a pretty jovial dude.
Not
You're
only
absolutely
just
right.
jovial, he gets mad when he turns into a ghost, but then he's happy about this. He's confused about that. He has a wider range of emotions that he goes through. He's not just like mad and then a little sad at the end of the movie. He like has a full spectrum of like personality.
I think he's just a dope.
That too.
I think he's just stupid.
Yeah, that too.
But he's still lovable.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I was scoffing at everybody for being mad all the time, but you'd have to be a dope to
be happy about
to be happy in a lot of
situation like they're in.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
he dies.
Yeah. Directly into the face. Bullets.
Permanently. He's gone. Rest of the movie.
Yep. Rest of the movie. Why would he ever come back? He is shot in the face twice.
It's absurd.
So Luther gets abducted by Finnegan, and Howard gets hit by a cop car. Yeah. He does the first part of the hero's journey where he denies his call to action.
Dial back.
Okay.
Because Howard cries on Rangi and something happens.
Oh, that's right.
And they just leave his body there.
I was yeah, that's right. You not only see this sequence of like Howard freaking out that Rangi dies and weird spectral energy comes off of him.
Yeah, it's that tangled Rapunzel thing where Rapunzel cries on the guy and
comes back. even in Luther's like heroic standoff moment, he's like, you see Rangy's legs just kind of kicking.
Yeah.
Kind of walks over his legs. Yeah, so Howard gets hit by a cop car. Spoilers, Rangy comes back. He is now a ghost. He's hanging out with Howard in the hospital.
He's not a ghost.
Well, he thinks he's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
He keeps saying, "Oh yeah, I was dead. I've got a headache, and now this."
Yeah. I can do this with my hand.
Yeah.
And he just like slams the wall.
Yeah, that never gets explained.
No, it never does.
I was really hoping that would, other than like, I don't know, it's addicting, bruh. I was kind of hoping that it would be explained a little bit.
That's what the director's cut's for.
Oh.
I hope so. I know that there are deleted scenes. I know that there's like a great deal of behind the scenes stuff for this movie, and I feel like the fact that it's not as heavily praised,
Mm-hmm.
is, a problem. Finnegan makes her way to the hospital and has a weird mother-son bonding experience with Howard.
Fantastic heart-to-heart.
Oh, yeah.
They just have such a deep connection towards each other.
I also really like how, before we get too deep into that aspect of the scene, I enjoy how she knocks on the door and Rangy's like, oh, there's somebody here. As if, he uses his like extra dimensional, super sensory, like ghost hearing to hear somebody knock on the door.
Even as a ghost, he's still a dope.
That's why I love him.
I think he does like maybe 2 things in the entire movie, short of getting shot in the head.
Yeah.
Was it me, or was this scene like filled to the brim with sexual tension?
Mm-hmm.
It was little weird for mother-son situation.
Well, if you're in the same room as Monica Bellucci, is it Monica? It's Monica.
Yes, we're gonna.
If you're in the same room as her, you're gonna tell
she's
me.
not listening.
It had that.
I don't care.
Mood lighting too. I don't know. That's the
Mood
darkest,
nice mood lighting.
darkest, most dreariest,
A lot of those angles were very like down. Like she was either like standing above him or below him.
It's the Oedipus effect.
Very Oedipus.
Yeah. Dad's already dead. You're already halfway there. Sorry. Let's move on.
Should we though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow, we were at the 40-minute mark already.
What? Oh my God, we've been talking way too much.
No, this is great. This is perfect. Molly and Tor save Howard from an unwitting switching of souls via a demon box. They eject Finnegan from the building via a shotgun that she blocks with a steel chair.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that's how shotguns work, but
I mean, it was Torque, right? Torkel who shot the shotgun. She shoots that shotgun like a lot.
Oh my God, yeah, she's got she's got a real Sarah Connor with one arm situation going on. Well, actually, Nile pointed it out earlier in the movie where she's like pumping rounds down a hallway, and I think Nile caught it. I was writing my notes down. I read down on an iPad, and he's like, "Is she been firing this entire time and cocked like maybe twice?"
No. The issue was like she was. I mean, maybe I saw it wrong, but like she was using it like a super soaker as she was cocking it. Like every time she pulled the
it would go off.
It would go off as she was cocking it, like in time to her cocking it. She was like as if that was the mechanism that was firing the shotgun.
Oh man, Benelli's make a shotgun that works like a super soaker.
So yeah.
Well, I mean that's just those Nekromancers again.
Yeah, Nekromancer tech.
It could be. Maybe it's like a trench sweeper where they just like there was an old World War II shotgun that eventually became a war crime to use. Basically, every time you did cock it, it would fire.
Oh wow.
You just had to hold the trigger down. So you pull back, the shell ejects, and then it just fires.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
That's hardcore cheating.
that hacks. So yeah, it's
so she falls.
So she's knocked out of the window. Do you guys know who Evelyn McHale is?
Enlighten us.
Monica, when she lands, the mom. When she lands in the dumpster, like that shot is somewhat reminiscent of Evelyn McHale. You people out there who aren't able to experience the video feed for this will have to look her up on her own. But here, she was this woman who committed suicide during the 1940s, and that shot was the first thing that came to mind. The way she was just lying in that rubble.
It's almost perfect. Like it probably is done on purpose.
Poor mom.
Calling her Momnica now?
Now I'm sympathizing with the mom.
Yeah, she didn't deserve that.
Poor Monica.
That was probably Probably stung.
And Faramir's dead.
Yeah,
We glossed over that.
Well, I mean, he got kidnapped. We don't know that he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Just kind of shoved her hand in his face.
It's assumed.
Yeah.
And you know what they say about assumptions?
Makes an ass out of you and me.
No, you're usually right.
Oh. Not if you're me. We also get a training montage where we get introduced to the Necromancer Batcave.
Yeah. It's dope.
Yeah,
a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, like almost everything is used in like a horror movie setup, and it very clearly will be used as a weapon or will be used in its alternate facet at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out, do you guys notice how like what's his name, Howard? He was wearing goofy pajamas, starting with like the scene with the penis with hair, and moving into him getting dressed in like that. Like, was it Xanatos, like without the armor?
Oh, yeah.
Like jumpsuit. Like he was wearing this like the goofiest pajamas, just like plodding around in this like underground, like industrial with all this weird like thaumaturgic like equipment in like dorky pajamas. And the second it transitions into the second half of the second act, that's when he goes from like the dorkiest looking outfit in the movie to like the coolest looking outfit in the movie, once he accepts that, all right, I'm a necromancer now and I'm
It's in his
kick
blood.
some butts.
Oh, I don't know that we could say that on the air, but you know, I think you're absolutely right. I'm going to keep it in.
Kids, what?
Yeah, I don't know if we can say the B word.
Yeah. Yeah. Demon butts.
Whoa, dude.
Sorry.
All right, butts. I'll let slide.
Demon.
I can't. Careful.
My bad. Sorry. I apologize to
All
everyone.
16 of my listeners.
He was kicking some buttocks.
Yeah, there you go. Nile pointed this particular scene out. Don't hit it with your hands. There's a punching bag that descends from the ceiling, and he's about to punch it. Molly, who's become like his trainer, his teacher,
Yes.
goes, "Don't hit it with your hands," and immediately holds up a palm and does like a crazy force push. Nile goes, "Isn't she using her hands?"
I would have been the smart ass and just like, she's like, don't hit it with your hands. I just would have kicked it.
But it, immediately after they're opening up that demonic 3D printer, and I was praying, I was hoping that was their punching bag storage, and there was like this big reveal, and like another punching bag came up, and she's like, all right, do it better this time.
The perfect 3D printer.
I would have been okay with that.
It didn't go in that direction. Spoiler alert.
No. So we're introduced to the fact that necromancers can basically throw like kamehamehas and.
Hey, why they got K's?
What?
Why they necromancers and not necro? Did they ever establish that? Like even in the subtitles, every time like necromancer is spelled, it's spelled with a K. Is that like a cultural thing? Is that like just a differential thing? Is that them trying to like make it look cooler?
Maybe make it to stand out, to make it look cooler. Maybe make it a little bit more iconic, potentially.
Yeah.
It was iconic.
K
as
for
heck.
cool.
It worked for Mortal Kombat. You know,
Yeah, it did.
why does it just have to be Ed Boon that gets all the K attention?
Yeah, the K credit.
The K credit. So like a K cup. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the credit. Sorry, I don't have to say K
With a
credit. Okay.
Okay.
We have the spinning coin.
Are you talking about the telekinetic hand job?
Oh yeah. No, you're so polite.
That had 100 on it. I was like, is this like a double, what is it, an AA meeting coin that I don't know about? Like a demon AA meeting?
I've not sucked a soul in 25 days.
I haven't killed a demon in 100 days. Like something like that. It was weird. I want one of those coins.
But yeah, because Howard's not taking it particularly too seriously, and the first time he tries, it doesn't work. Like
No,
he even like goes like, "Oh God, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm gonna shit myself."
if anything, he was trying too hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why she gave him a
Telekinetic-
hand.
Yeah. she certainly did, because it's like right off frame. You see her hand go down, and like,
and then you get all those energy waves coming out of it, massaging, and
again, I had my head down for like writing notes for this.
that's your mistake.
And no, it wasn't, because it totally added to your hand job theory. Because it's just like, that's it. Let it happen. It's okay. I couldn't write down any of these notes. We are then later introduced to the demon 3D printer, the demon portal, anti-possession suit, which kind of looks like an Iron Man suit, but with pentagrams and like
It looks really
runes
cool.
on it.
You
all
notice
lights
how
up.
every time any soul goes out of somebody's body, it's through their face, and their face in that suit is the least protected part. It's just like a sheet of plexiglass. Everything else is all armored up and powered, and they just got like a piece of like plastic.
Because kissing is the ultimate sin.
Oh, that is
Here.
true. That is true.
That's just what I think.
What?
That's
well
the message I got
established.
from it. I don't know what you're talking about. Kissing is gross.
Well
Kissing is cooties.
established, Derek. Why don't you? You should have been watching the movie instead.
Have you
You
ever
know,
watched Cooties? It's kind of the same concept.
I've never even heard of the movie Cooties. Is this a real
Not the
thing? Or are you
same-
fucking with
It's
me?
not the same concept. Cooties is about like an elementary school that all the kids get cooties and they turn into zombies.
What the fuck?
And
I
the
want to see
faculty,
this movie.
the faculty locks themselves up. It's really funny.
That might be another bonus commentary. Thank you, Danny. You were
You're,
just a-
you're welcome. It's called Cooties.
All right, I'll look into it. We get the Joel Schumacher suit up sequence. That's the only way I could describe it. Whatever you're thinking, yes, that is exactly what it looks like. We're introduced to the Rubik's Cube trap boxes where demon souls are stored.
Mm-hmm.
This is where
I'm telling you, they look like lit up lament configuration. Like there's no way around that.
Which all of the props.
yeah, the amount of props and everything
good.
looks
It
so
looks-
good.
Yeah, it looks so good.
The Wraith that we kind of skipped over it with it, they introduced with the Necropod is entirely practical. There was a behind the scenes where they actually show it. It's got the shoulders down to the feet are like covered in feathers, and they hit it with that fan to give it that effect, and it like the whole thing bellows out, and it looks super cool. And
That's
they
awesome.
just almost kind of wish they didn't use CG to like enhance it a bit, because I feel like it almost takes away. This movie is a really good example of practical mixing together with CG. And there's like maybe, I want to say like 10 shots, maybe, or 10 scenes where they're just using nothing but CG shots.
Yeah.
And I particularly prefer the practical, and these sets are impressive. They're fun. So they decide that now that Howard's on the team and Rangi's kind of like, it's kind of along for the ride, being oh.
I'm sorry.
No, please.
I keep interrupting you.
No,
I apologize.
That is all right.
Continue your, because this will fit in later after I'm done. After you're done, I'll interrupt you again. Don't worry. When the time is right.
All right. We get introduced to the plan, which is Molly, Torkel, and Howard are going to go take a necropod to figure out what's inside. Stop shaking your head, Danny. Her name is Torkel. We love it.
Yeah, okay. All right. It's fine. I'm not going to say anything.
He's just shaking his head no every time I say it.
I'm shaking a yes.
Yeah, it's true.
It balances it out. Equilibrium.
The plan that will inevitably fail, but it's got like a very serious Shaun of the Dead homage to it. Like
The Winchester. Go to the Winchester.
kind of.
Yeah, like that's what I thought.
He even like interrupts the plan while in the plan shot.
Yeah, and
Wait,
they do
what's
the
this?
whole like.
Why don't I get a gun?
Hey, I'm going to interrupt you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the warning.
Why don't I get a gun? So it's established that he can knock like medical equipment off of a shelf.
That's true.
Later on, if memory serves, he punches a demon.
He punches I don't even think he's a demon. I think he's just some poor security guard, which is why he doesn't get shot in the face.
Yeah.
But he does pull a demon like into the shadows a little later in the movie, and he has a full-blown fist fight with the Wraith.
Why can't he hold a gun? I mean, I understand why they don't want to give him a gun.
What other movie did that? Ghost. The full force power, they can't really hold things, but if they focus really hard and they can use that force for a short amount of time, I guess.
Are these movies in the same continuum?
Probably. They're probably the same universe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I'm down.
The plan to go get the necropod to see what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. My autocorrect has decided to kick in and make my notes just totally gibberish.
I believe
Nice.
your notes were talking about how the movie just took a shift into a heist film.
It's true.
Yeah.
It did suddenly have a very real tone shift of trying to steal the necropod from the Wraith that's guarding the necropod. But it immediately, as soon as they separate, like everything goes belly up.
Mm-hmm.
As a heist film show.
Indeed. Howard and Ghost Rangi basically fight with this Wraith, and I mentioned the fact that the practical effects are stellar on that particular creature. They get the necropod and they open it up, and who's inside?
Uncle
Dave.
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave,
Good old Uncle Dave.
who is, now retired necromancer, head in a box.
My
Yeah.
second favorite character.
He definitely...
Same reasons as Randy. He had
does have a
whole
lot-
range of emotions.
Which is weird because he's just a head in a box.
Yeah.
He also has 2 personalities he has to play for.
He let the hate flow through hardcore.
Yeah.
He's like half demon, half necromancer.
I was going to bring it up earlier, dropped it, and now it's coming back to mind. Do you think that demons are actually internet trolls? Because of the way that Uncle Dave speaks.
You think this entire movie is just a metaphor to
What? No way.
shit on trolls?
Why not? Godzilla was about the horrors of nuclear holocaust. Why can't this movie be about the horrors of
I guess
internet trolls?
Horrors of internet trolls, yeah.
I mean, just the way the demon in Uncle Dave speaks kind of was reminiscent of something that, just the absolute gibberish bullshit.
When you post on Facebook versus when you post on Reddit, anonymity is a bitch.
It's true.
I was at first I was going to make a comment about how I wonder if the demon that's possessing Uncle Dave is aware of the fact that he doesn't have a phallic organ to suck upon or a anus with which to create the defecation to eat, despite the fact that he instructs his nieces to suck his dick and eat his shit.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the fact that I wonder if he was aware that the body or the head didn't have a body, but if it was a troll and he was trolling on them, that's completely plausible. I mean, that sort of language happens all the time on the internet, I'm told. And there aren't, to my knowledge, any sexual organs on the internet.
It's a fair point.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't ever look up a place called Pornhub.
What?
Let's
not say that.
Born Hub?
Born Again Hub. That's
okay.
For Christians.
Amen.
Okay.
Hallelujah. We discovered that through Uncle Dave that the plan is to get 1.3 million souls to give to Finnegan so she can become the ultimate evil on the planet. Basically take over the entire internet.
Yeah.
I believe that's actually her end goal, which
I'm questioning the long-term feasibility of her goal. What happens when she does take over the entire internet? It seems like she's going through these souls at a alarming rate, faster than the souls are able to replenish themselves.
I can't eat 1.3 million pigs and bacon, so...
Yeah. She's treating it like a renewable resource, but she's blowing through it much too fast.
Actually, I'm not sure that's so true, because later we see the possibility of this plan come to fruition. The idea is that she sucks up the souls, but if something should fail, hint, hint, all the souls go back to their bodies, as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
So...
Stupid.
So maybe it does take time.
Sorry.
So...
I don't want to talk about that scene, but we're going to have to talk about it later.
That's the whole show, bro.
So are you implying that she's planning on sucking up all the souls and returning them so she can redevour them?
No, I think she's just she just wants to become like an all-powerful being and just...
Who gets really hungry.
In order for her to do that, because she's a soul eater or whatever, she's just sucking up this city. It's like a test run, beta test. So, because it's just the city, it's not like the entire world.
Right. Well, it would be the entire internet, so it would be the entire world. So, yeah, no, I guess eventually her food supply would run out.
Only where the pentagram covers, because the pentagram covered the entire city.
That's true. That's true.
Her digital pentagram.
It was kind of like fortunate that this all happened in the same city.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't imagine her moving out of Australia to maybe New York to run this operation where she had a couple more souls.
Well, I mean, Australia is home to some of the most noteworthy creatures we know, so it would make sense that it would only be in Australia and not I guess there's Florida.
I like Florida.
Nekrotronic 2, the move to Florida.
Oh, gator demons.
Gator demons, and then the next one will be Russia.
Oh, man.
Demons go through your alcohol.
Bliet. That's the only word I know in Russian.
Hey, why when they were returning the souls and when they were taking the souls at the end of the part that we were talking about how she was devouring the souls once the pentagram was completed, why were they going out of their face upward into the air? Wouldn't they be transported through their cell phone? Like being sucked through the cell phone, then from the cell phone up?
They're in the digital space of the pentagram.
Their faces?
Yeah, their bodies.
Oh.
I don't know. Like...
Because they would be in the pentagram and they aren't doing it from a person-to-person basis anymore. They're doing it in an entirely new way. So maybe that's the physical, visual representation of what that might look like.
I don't think Monica Bellucci thought this out at all.
I don't think so at all. No.
That's why old people shouldn't use the internet.
I know, right?
She's not old. She's a very
not an old lady.
fine woman. Okay. I didn't mean like that. Maybe a little bit.
We know how you meant it.
You bastard.
That's why only kids use the internet. There you go.
There you go.
Damn kids.
Those darn kids
It's
going on
youths.
Born Again Hub and all that stuff.
Go.
Go Ghost. All right, go.
So we go.
Go Ghost.
So Torkel takes the task of jumping into the internet to ruin the mainframe. That is literally what the plan is. It doesn't go so well because her head explodes.
It's like Pac-Man.
Yeah. Finnegan finds out and sends her soul after Torque's soul, which is represented by like this little blue dot and this little yellow dot, and they're like chasing each other Pac-Man style, like Danny was saying.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
And they both land in Torque's soul or body. Molly asks Howard to save her.
He does a really good job.
He just you might even say a bang up job.
It's mind-blowing
Yeah.
how good it was.
Just her head explodes.
Yeah.
How many wet wipes do you think they go through as
Probably about 2
Nekromancer?
boxes.
2 boxes?
Probably 2 boxes.
2 boxes. Okay.
I was just shocked.
Yeah, you were.
I was just like...
So was I. The first time I saw it, my jaw hit the floor.
I was
more shocked. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep going
It was-
so I can catch
it was-
up to myself.
It was at this point in the movie where I was like, okay, this movie's obviously a movie where you can take it seriously in its spectrum, you know? Like, okay, this is a demon hunting movie. Like, I'm going to see some demon hunting, you know? And then that happened, and I was like, I don't even know what to believe in anymore because it was just so... it was whack. It was, like, tacky and, like,
It was
awkward.
Are you talking about the texture?
No, I think the entire head exploding itself
Oh, okay.
was just...
Okay.
It just threw me off because from this point I was like, all right, this movie is actually like sticking to a format, you know?
Yeah.
Where like a lot of bad movies don't. They like go all over the place. But and her head blew up and I was just like, I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh. I don't know if this is serious or
What
not.
threw me off is when she came back and she was as she was. She was all kind of grouchy, I guess you could say. Like the fact that she was obviously corrupted from her time wherever in the internet, her time in the internet, which turned into a lizard person. The fact that she was obviously corrupted by that, but she came out the same grumpy self. Like the fact that she didn't actually turn evil. I didn't see that coming. And then she became almost like the star. Like she was like a driving force for a while there.
Yeah, she had an idea. She was following through on it.
Yeah, which kind
She's
of...
the chosen one.
Yeah,
She may have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they could have easily turned the entire movie around and made her the protagonist, just set up the beginning a little bit differently and then set up the ending a little bit differently. But for a hot second there, I feel like she was the protagonist. You know, she's the one who had the agency, you know?
That's fair. That's a very fair point.
Yeah. She comes back as a fish person.
Yeah.
Or a mermaid.
Backtracking just a little bit, we go back to the Batcave, and there's actually some really good acting that goes on right here.
Oh.
Like, it does feel...
Very touching.
Yeah, it is actually very surprising. It's like the most... I hate to say it like this because it sounds so douchey, but it's like the most acting that goes on in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But in a movie like this where it's like, it's definitely played more for fun, it's kind of unexpected for this particular caliber to come out.
Mm-hmm.
This is that part I was telling you about where they stopped being angry all the time and then they became angry and also kind of sad.
Yeah. I think I shed a tear during that. Probably not.
Um,
I don't think
I saw a tear. I
Oh, you
I was watching closely.
Okay.
I was making sure.
all right, the end is in sight, folks, and we're an hour in now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is great. So Torkel is trapped inside.
Sorry, it gets me every time.
Of a trap box. Her soul is trapped inside of the trap box. So they 3D print her out of the demon portal, and now she's got this weird texture about her where she's now suddenly explosive. I think it's because like her whole body is made with like plasma. I think that's the reason she's...
I forgot to talk about the jar of purple plasma.
The Go-Gurt.
What? Yeah, the Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
Like, is that blood plasma? Is that like
It's just
atoms
plasma.
with like loose electrons plasma? Because that's what I always think of when I hear plasma gun. Like they're stripping the electrons from like atoms and then accelerating them. But that's not... That was goop.
That was just straight up goop.
Yeah, it's goop. Delicious goop.
That's actually something I want to bring up. Is I think a lot of the tongue-in-cheek humor comes from, this feels like a movie that was written in the 50s. Like, they're using terminology that we later come to find as humanity.
We totally glossed over the EMP.
Oh my god, we did. The thumper. Yes.
How it like hurt people.
It threw people around and shit.
And shut down some machines, but didn't shut down other machines.
Yeah, the little implants in the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Didn't actually do.
Or that guy's telephone.
Or the telephones.
Yeah, but I don't want to dwell in the past. We're at the climax now, but
that's
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like where people use terminology that isn't actually correct. Oh, the Kessel Run. It's parsecs.
Technobabble.
Yeah, technobabble. That is the perfect word, because it felt like the parsec thing in Star Wars, where parsec is not actually a unit of measurement, so we didn't know what the hell they were referring to.
But it is. It's just like a different type of unit. Like, they're using it to measure time, where it's a measurement of distance.
Right, that's what it was. But they're using like phases like plasma and electromagnetic pulse, and people are getting, this is not how these things work in reality.
But then again, we're watching a movie about people downloading demons, so I mean, there is a certain suspension of disbelief, you know.
And I don't know what they're doing in Australia. Maybe this is common lingo for them.
That's true. You know, that's a good point.
Yeah, down under. It's upside down.
So Torkel has a plan, which basically just involves her kicking a lot of ass and getting herself up to Finnegan. Meanwhile, Howard and Molly are hanging out by the mainframe. I'm skipping over a little bit here.
Making out.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of flirting. Rengi actually kills a few demons in this bit.
Yeah.
Using the power of Torkel's new 3D body, which is imbued with plasma.
Yeah.
That weird technobabble again. She blows herself up on Finnegan, who actually destroys her physical form, throwing her. She's downloading 1.3 million souls into her being. And they got all the extras of Australia, and they just had them just spasm and look up.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
You loved it.
I hated it because it was just like, oh, they're getting sucked up. But the one there's two that bothered me. Yeah, the kid. That's what the first one that bothered me.
The kid does bother me too.
She was like, all right, selfie time. And then she was the only soul from that group to get sucked up. And then there was a dude on the bus doing a spasm thing, but he was the only one doing it. And everyone else was fine getting their souls sucked up. No,
there was a little kid in the bus.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was great. He was the one I actually think did the most acting in that shot, because his like neck is touching his back, his eyes are rolled up, and his jaw.
This is my big moment. Yeah,
this is how people will remember me.
But what bothered me is because fish person jumps up on Torkel fish, whatever. Jumps up on...
I believe Torkelfish is the appropriate term.
Yes.
Yeah, Torkelfish jumps up on Finnegan. She does her whole, light on fire, and they blow up. So, obviously, the download stops. The souls go back in, but it goes back to the girl, and she's the only one who got her soul sucked up from that group of friends that she was taking a photo with. And then she just goes back to taking a photo, and everyone else is normal, like nothing happened.
My theory, she's epileptic.
Okay, so her friends are just staring at her, a beam of light coming out of her mouth, and it's like, are you taking the picture, or what's going on?
Maybe she turned on her flashlight.
Oh. And maybe
it's a good 10 minutes of her just getting her soul sucked in.
And I think the light thing is meant more for the audience, because we're supposed to be seeing the same things that like a necromancer would see. Like, we could see the ghosts every once in a while just kind of floating around, hanging out.
So you see your friend who's supposed to take the photo having what I can only assume you think is a seizure. You're not going to call anybody, or what? You're just going to wait till she stops?
Maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's a passing thing.
It's an Australian thing.
She does this all the time. Just wait just a second. She'll be back.
She'll be back.
Like, she's that friend. Like, she makes a scene every time we go out.
Like a total drama queen.
It's just how she takes selfies, guys.
It's a ritual.
Just bear with us. Just hang on.
Yeah, so didn't download.
Yeah, so Finnegan, whose soul is now trapped in the internet, gets put into Molly so they can kill her properly. They then put her soul into a trap box so Molly can be Molly again. Mm-hmm. And they unleash her in the Bat Cave, which is actually called the Kill Station. Mm-hmm. And they have a fight with this gorgeous demon. Practical effects.
Yeah.
Just out of the fucking ballpark. This creature looked phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the little wiggly ears on the side of it that didn't do anything, but goddamn, it just added just a little bit more to it, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
They lose one. Actually, they lose two. Torkel, who blew herself up on Finnegan, is brought back through the via the 3D printer, who immediately gets her head ripped off and thrown off to the side.
Second time.
She was reattaching it. The subtitles mentioned the sound effect was the sound effect of a nail gun, but I would argue that it would have to be a staple gun for that to work. I'm sorry.
No, you're 100% right.
This is a stapler.
It's so, and she does it
So nonchalant.
Yeah, it's like putting on a tie.
You know how, like, in Germany, pepperoni actually means sausage, and you have to say sausage in order to get pepperoni on your pizza?
No.
This is an actual thing. This is cultural.
Okay.
If you say pepperoni, they do not give you the actual pepperoni meat. You have to say the opposite of that.
Are you implying
to get
that
pepperoni.
Australians...
Yeah, that a staple gun is actually a nail gun.
And a nail
And
gun
a nail gun
is
is
staple
the actual staple gun. It's kind of the same thing. It's cultural.
Amazon, get on it. We gotta know these things.
Hostage situation.
Yeah.
That quickly turns to not a hostage situation because he just immediately, the demon rips off the head and just throws it aside.
And beats the shit out of both Howard and Molly, eventually ripping off Molly's arm and just kind of like tossing her aside, like.
Which I thought was just a massive bummer. Like, I was like,
I'm sure she thought the same.
Yeah.
I think Howard thought the same too. He was just like, oh, damn it.
I can't think about much except for my missing arm.
I feel like her blood pressure would probably drop enough that she would have a little bit of trouble standing after having her arm ripped off.
Yeah.
Especially, it was her right arm, right?
I think so.
I suppose it doesn't matter. I mean, either way.
Stage right.
Yeah.
It's her left arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot which way the blood flows. But I feel
I think
like
it's most heaviest
she
in
would
the-
probably bleed out pretty quickly and not be able to...
She wasn't a good puddle. She was in a puddle there when they...
She was in a very small puddle, considering how many veins that would have opened.
That's, yeah. But sure enough, she was able to power through and with her dying breath uses Betsy, which looks like an amalgamation of washing machine or dryer parts, blows up the demon with this super powerful gun. Yeah, is eventually brought back via 3D printer.
Mm-hmm. Not altered,
Not
like her
altered.
sister.
The power of love.
Yes, the power of love kept her that way. I think Howard probably had something to do with that too. Torkel staples her head back on, was one of my notes.
She nails her head back on.
Excuse me. She does. She totally nails her head back on. And then we get that final post-credits fight sequence with the demons. Danny got up and walked away because he thought it was done. But no, there was a couple that was trying to figure out where the car is. And
the car's in Florida. It's already established.
Oh, yes.
In the podcast.
Yeah. So therefore, there's a great bit of like body contortion with this demon.
Oh, I saw that. I was in the kitchen eating
Oh,
a
okay.
piece of pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to sit next to us anymore. Okay, but feelings only a little bit hurt.
Sorry.
All right. Final thoughts on Nekrotronic before we kick it into the.
Well, before we get to the final thoughts, I forgot to mention how much Torkel Fish looked like Gozer as she was first exiting the 3D printer.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So at one point, I forgot whether it was Torkel or Mollykel. They mentioned concerning Monica Bellucci that her soul is about as corrupt as you can get, which I found interesting. They are obviously the residential experts on demonology now that Luther is dead. What interests me is that this is implying that her soul is still hers, that the demon that got uploaded into her body is not fully in control, like she's still, which is further supported with Uncle Dave. It's not fully in control, but it's corrupting her soul. Like her soul is still there, it's just her soul is being turned into the demon, which I forgot where I was going with that point too. I feel like this is like one of those important things.
Can
like
we save her? Can we save
Is
Mom?
it possible for her to be saved?
there we go.
Can we
Like,
save Mom?
Is Monica Bellucci, is she worth saving? Can she be saved?
I mean, if they're making another Matrix, I would assume so.
Oh yeah.
We need her for that other Matrix.
I didn't even bring up the Matrix, the
No,
fact
I
that
don't
they're
think so.
jacking on, and I never even brought up how
Oh,
like
that's a good point too.
like
There's a lot of homages in this movie to cover. There's the Evil Dead. Some of these car shots through the city are they're very reminiscent of Evil Dead. Just the whole premise is very Ghostbusters-esque.
the whole Randy character. I mean, he just kept reminding me left and right of what's that guy's name from Fright Night? Oh, you're so cool, Brewster. That guy.
Yeah.
Like, just that goofy sidekick turned monster who ambiguous through a fair amount of this. I felt like, is this guy a bad guy? Is he a good guy? And I mean, obviously in Friday Night.
Here's Tracer.
She heard her
Tracer.
name.
Introducing our fourth guest.
So now
that's
you'll
the
hear.
cutest guest. I mean, outside of you guys.
Oh, go on.
Oh, you.
I thought the movie was good fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. And I feel like that's something a lot of movies don't do these days.
I expected a shit show. I got just a delight.
Yeah.
It was nice to watch. I wasn't bored throughout it. It was really good. Cool. And there were so many notable characters in that movie that I was just super excited to see. Even Torkel. Even Torkel. She's in Wolverine, The Wolverine Origins.
I've never seen Wolverine, The Wolverine Origins.
I'm going to hold it like this now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in The Wolverine Origins, and I was just super excited to see her. And yeah, it was a good movie. It was dope. I liked it a lot.
I'm glad you liked it.
8 out of 10 for me.
Oh, go on.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. That's a bonus commentary first. I don't think we've ever actually rated a movie on the show before.
I'm the review dude, so I'm just going to give it a number.
This is the part where I try and differentiate myself from other movie review podcasts. Going right here.
That's 12.
Yeah, that is a D12.
I'm a mess.
You are a mess.
I'll get that later.
This is where I roll 1d8 and we get one of these wonderful ideas to come to fruition.
1d8, is that one of them dork dice?
Yeah, it's dorks and
What a
dinguses.
Dork. What a dork. You dork.
You play D&D?
What kind of Dexter are you?
There's no ghosts in D&D. You can't capture ghosts with the power of your cell phone in D&D. So we we have 8 options here. We're going to have the dice choose for us. It's reread the script as the guest chooses.
The whole script?
No, just like a section of the script that we particularly were fond of.
Well, what the heck?
We don't have that much time, Niall. Draw the poster or make it better. Recast the movie. Play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the characters of the movie.
Easy.
Make a pornographic parody title, not using already existing titles. Roll up a D&D character sheet based off of a character from the movie. Make a theme song for the movie, which I've been around a few people that I know would have been perfect for that, and I still haven't gotten that one. It's always 4. It sucks. 8 is make a PowerPoint presentation pitch about how the movie probably got made.
Okay.
And the last time we did that, we didn't do an actual PowerPoint presentation. We just did like a board meeting of how that presentation went down.
So do a board meeting skit.
Basically.
Okay.
That's basically how it went last time. Thank you, Ed.
C4 goats.
C4 goats. Sold. A picture is sold. Here we go. I have a 3. That's a new one. Recast the movie.
Recast the movie?
Yeah. Which is kind of going to be hard considering...
No.
Oh, okay. Hit me, Danny.
I already know because we already talked about it. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as Howard and... What's the other dude's name? Rangi? Rangi?
Rangi.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. So I got the main characters.
Okay. In certain shots, to me, Ben O'Toole kind of looked like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my God.
Like a young Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
Okay. All right. Cool. For Rangi, if we're gonna keep the New Zealand accent, it's got to be Taika Waititi. He's not as beefy as Rangi's actor, but he definitely has that like aloof kind of doing his own thing, but also being present feel to him. I mean, look at what was it, Go-Go Rabbit or
Jojo Rabbit?
Jojo Rabbit. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on Go-Go.
Go Ghost.
Who would replace Finnegan? That's gonna be a tough one.
Oh, dude, Salma Hayek.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Salma Hayek as Finnegan.
That would be dope. I would watch the fuck out of that movie.
Right? She's perfect.
Having a hard time here. No, go for it.
I would cast Epine Bob Savia as Howard North.
Okay.
Finnegan, I would probably cast Caroline Ford. For Luther, probably, I don't know, off the top of my head, Ben O'Toole. With Torkel, I would probably cast David Weinham. Uncle Dave, that's a tricky one, probably Monica Bellucci.
You just swap all the characters.
I love it. It's like Freaky Friday.
Oh my god. That's the movie we need.
That's a sequel.
Oh, Luther needs to be Gerard Butler.
Luther should be Sean Bean. because he plays Boromir. He plays Boromir, which is Faramir's brother. I'm stupid.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were going in the direction because he dies. That's
where
I thought you were.
He dies in the beginning.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
Oh man, Torkel.
Oh, Uncle Dave would need to be played by Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, gross.
Could you imagine that? Like the voice of Iago telling you to go suck a camel tit?
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, I like how we're like, what is his name again? Uncle Dave. Uncle
Dave.
Who has like maybe 2 minutes of screen time.
He has 2 minutes of screen time.
He's an important character.
He is a very important character.
I would replace him with John Goodman as Uncle Dave. I think that'd be fantastic.
I support that decision.
I like it. I'm just trying to picture it in my head.
Oh, brother, where art thou? John Goodman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where he's just like got that like
Style
deep
patch.
southern accent and just like commanding.
I'd probably replace Torkel. I don't know why. I would place Torkel with like, what's her name? Dom Ferreira? What is her name? She is in all the Fast and Furious movies.
Okay. She
is in the new Terminator Salvation.
Well, I've seen all these films.
I got her name right here. It's Michelle Rodriguez. I don't know why I was like Ferreira.
You know, that fits.
Because she's always angry.
Yeah, that's true. Drive angry.
And then for some reason, her sister Molly would be Miranda Cosgrove. I don't know why. What a great cast.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard to replace them. Like everybody I feel like everybody does their job very well.
Really liked the actress for Molly.
Molly was really good.
She's great.
She grew on me as time passed.
And
certainly,
I don't think we've used her name with the exception of Nile, who swapped her around a bit. Caroline Ford. Caroline Ford was awesome as Molly.
You deserve everything.
Yes, I hope to see more of you in your career.
Yeah.
And of course, I need to thank you guys for helping me out. And tell me about your careers. What are you up to?
Everyone knows what I'm up to.
No. Assume nothing. Assume that none of bonus commentary listens to EZXP.
So we're doing
pitch.
Well, we finally figured out on a name. I don't think we did it last time when I was here for Mario Brothers. Mm-hmm. The Working on It Network is now officially called the Working on It Network.
Okay.
That includes bonus commentary with Derek, EZXP with me, Brantley, and Vaughn and Fish. That's the mother, I guess. Chit Show with Leo, which is general, and then we have the Untitled mixtape with me, Lorenzo, and Lewis, which is music. And we're doing pretty well, man.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm doing YouTube and reviews. That's
awesome. Where do we find you on YouTube?
We're doing YouTube content, and my reviews are all on EZXP Podcast.
Okay, look them up.
So yeah, pretty much.
You got anything exciting for us now?
Yeah, I mostly podcast. I've been podcasting for ages, entire hours. Beyond that, I write stories, fiction. I promise they're not true. And that's under.
Well, I read through Ash, and I certainly hope they aren't true.
That's under the pseudonym Nile Straz, which is much more Googleable than Nile Straznickas.
And where can people read your story?
The latest work I've had was published in issue 33 of the Dark Dossier magazine,
awesome.
Nice.
Which can be purchased from darkdossier.com and Amazon and elsewhere on the internet.
Awesome. And of course, this has been bonus commentary. You can find us everywhere. Almost everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a Patreon with exactly 0 followers in it.
We're working on it.
We are working on it. I have plans for it. I just need one Patreon supporter, and I can kick off. I want to do for the Patreon. I want to cover every Godzilla movie.
Oof.
Oh, have you seen those new Criterion covers?
Girl, I ordered
it.
It will be mine come October 17th.
My girl Becky Coonan did one of them. I love her.
Ooh, okay.
She's wonderful.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. But I also want to do a Halloween episode, or maybe episodes. And normally we do it once a month, but I would like to try and do something different with Halloween being as important as it is. And maybe possibly doing Evil Dead for the month of October.
Ooh.
But yeah, maybe we'll get some guests in on that. Maybe some familiar faces from the pod, but we got to talk about it first.
Ooh.
Yeah. But for now, that's all from us. Thank you guys so much for listening. Go buy Nekrotronic or rent it wherever you can. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.